Today we're going to be taking a look at the best hitches available for the 2015 Subaru Legacy. Now the best hitch for you, in my mind, is going to be decided by how you plan on using it. So what we'll do is go through the different hitches and figure out what they're going to be good at, what they're just going to be average at. The hitch we have here at the top is going to be a Draw-Tite Class 3. That means it has a 2" by 2" receiver tube opening. That part number is 75673. The Curt, also a Class 3 with 2" by 2" receiver tube opening, is part number 13390. And then we have our Draw-Tite here, the 1¼ by 1¼ receiver tube opening. This is a Class 2 hitch, part number is 36493. Now as far as looks go with our hitches, everything's going to be pretty much the same. There are a few minor cosmetic differences, but typically the fascia on the vehicle is going to sit about in this area, so you're really just going to be looking at your cross tube, safety chain connection points, and receiver tube openings, all you're really going to see on the back of the car. Now the two Class 3s are slightly different in that the Draw-Tite's going to have a rounded style reinforcement collar, and the Curt's is a little bit more flush. And of course the Draw-Tite Class 2, it's going to be the least noticeable hitch on the rear of the vehicle with the 1¼ by 1¼ opening. It's going to have that small band style reinforcement collar around it. Both of our Class 3s are also going to have a safety chain connection point down here lower that's like a plate style. The Draw-Tite's going to have a larger hole opening than what we have on the Curt. The Curt's plates are going to be a little bit smaller. Also, our Draw-Tite is going to have 2 holes in the receiver tube opening. The larger one, located closer to the front of the vehicle, that's going to be the one you'll use to secure all of your items in place with. The hole closer to the rear of the vehicle, the smaller 1/2" pinhole, that's going to be for use with the J-pin stabilization system, which is a form of anti-rattle device. The Curt's going to have a single pinhole, as you can see. That one's going to be 5/8 of an inch in diameter. Now for both of the hitches rated Class 3, you want to ensure you choose a Class 3 rated accessory. When we look at the Draw-Tite Class 2, it's going to have a slightly smaller 1/2" diameter pinhole. For this, you'll want to make sure you choose Class 2 accessories. And you can see the safety chain connection points are going to be a little bit different. Here we're going to have rounded steel stock with a relatively large size opening, so connecting chains there shouldn't be an issue. Now in my mind, the Class 3 hitch does have an advantage over the Class 2. The 2" by 2" receiver tube opening seems to be the most common, and you'll find a lot of accessories out there available. Just about any type of hitch accessory they make is probably going to come in a Class 3 variety. While something to keep in mind is the Class 2 does remain an extremely popular hitch with our customers for their Legacy. The 1¼ by 1¼ receiver tube opening, there are a lot of accessories out there that will fit that. It's not nearly as limited like what you get with the Class 1. I think the reason customers like this hitch over our Class 3 hitches is just because it is a smaller size. We're not going to have to worry about seeing it so much on the back of our vehicle. Now we'll discuss the weight capacities of the different hitches a little bit. Both of our Class 3s have a 600-pound tongue weight rating, so that's the maximum downward force you can put at your receiver tube opening. And they offer a 4,000-pound gross trailer weight rating. That's the total weight of your trailer, anything you might load up on it. The Class 2 from Draw-Tite is going to give you a 300-pound tongue weight capacity and a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. Now one thing you definitely want to look into before loading up your hitch is your vehicle's weight rating. See what the Legacy is rated for in its owner's manual and be sure not to exceed that or the hitch's rating, whichever of those two are lowest. All right, now we've gone over some of the differences in the hitches cosmetically and the weight ratings. Now let's talk more about kind of the real life situations and where each one is going to have its benefit. We'll start here at the bottom. There's really two reasons I think that you would want to purchase a Class 2 hitch. One would be that you already have a lot of 1¼ by 1¼ accessories and you don't want to rebuy. The other reason I would go with an 1¼ hitch is if you want something to haul bike racks, cargo carriers, things like that, without necessarily changing the rear of your vehicle's look all that much. Outside of those reasons, looks, and you already have the accessories, I would choose one of the more versatile Class 3 hitches. I like the Class 3 hitches in that they do have tons of different accessories that you can put on it. The biggest difference that we have with the Curt versus the Draw-Tite is going to be the location of the pinhole. With the Curt, it's about 1¾ inch to the very back of your Legacy's bumper. On the Draw-Tite here, it's going to be about 6 inches. So the bumper is going to be much further back. Basically, that's going to reduce the clearance that you're going to have between your back of your bumper and whatever accessory that you put in. So bike racks that fold up against the rear of the vehicle, cargo carriers that fold up against the rear of the vehicle, those are going to come closer to the back of the vehicle. That's one reason I like the Curt for the recreational aspect. Now, for those of you looking to haul utility trailers and things like that, the Curt Class 3 and the Draw-Tite Class 3, since they have the exact same weight ratings, I don't think you can really pick one that will be better for towing. So they're going to be about an even match. The Curt having that pinhole out a little further will make it easier to get your ball mount in and out, but that's going to be the only real difference you'll have. Now, when it comes to ease of installation, all of our hitches are going to be about the same process and the same things you'll have to go through, so neither one of them really is going to have a big advantage there. Now, we can kind of summarize what we've talked about. When it comes to your recreational use, I like the Curt because that pinhole is further out, gives us more clearance for accessories that we might have in the back. As far as towing go, I think the Draw-Tite or the Curt are going to be a very good choice there. When it comes to appearance, since we do have a smaller receiver tube opening, smaller safety chain connection points, you might like the way that Draw-Tite looks on the back of your vehicle in the Class 2 variety. And as far as ease of installation, everything's going to be the same. And that's going to complete our look at the best Subaru Legacy trailer hitches.